Today I'm sharing my top favorite products for fine and thinning hair. After I had kids, my hair changed a lot. It was finer and not as thick and full as it was before. And then I hit perimenopause. We didn't really know it was perimenopause, but I was in my 40s and my hair was shedding a lot. It was getting thinner. And over the years, I've found a lot of helpful products that give my hair the appearance of being thicker than it is, and that have helped minimize hair loss and have helped with growth, and that just keep my hair healthy. My hair is sort of challenging anyway in general. I'm 50 years old. My hair can get oily at the roots and it's pretty dry down the lengths of my hair, and it's getting drier by the day with age. It's not naturally straight. It has some uneven wave to it, and it doesn't stay smooth and frizz-free naturally. And of course, I live in one of the most humid cities here in the United States, in New Orleans. So I'll be sharing shampoos, conditioners, treatments, styling products, tools, and other types of products that help with volume, shine, hair health, hair loss, and things like that. The last time I did this video was around 4 years ago. You found it helpful then. Hopefully you find it as helpful now. I definitely have some updates. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's get into it. Let's start with a few products that help my hair look more voluminous and thicker than it actually is, and that help minimize hair fallout and help with hair growth. Everything I'm sharing and wearing is linked down below the video title in my description box and tagged through YouTube where possible. If you don't see a YouTube shopping tag for a product, it means YouTube didn't have it available, but it is in my description box. Okay, first is a product that's relatively new for me, but I've been searching for a product like this high and low for the longest time. This is Hair Story Powder. This is actually a volumizing non-aerosol dry shampoo, but that's not what I use it for. I've been using this to add volume and texture and grit to my bangs so they're not completely flat and lifeless, and so they don't just flop all over the place. And you can use this at the roots of your hair too. This is a really good thickening, volumizing powder. A tiny bit goes a long way. They say you can squirt it directly at your roots, but I usually just squirt some in my hands. It comes out like a white powder, but it doesn't turn your hair white. I'm going to see if I can just stick some in my hair. I mean, it's pretty invisible once you just kind of rub it in. It has nice ingredients. There's a nice, very, very light kind of baby powder scent to it. It doesn't dry out my scalp or my hair, and it lasts in my hair too. You obviously could use this as a dry shampoo too. I just use it as a hair volumizing, thickening powder, and I love it. I've raved about this numerous times and I'll continue to rave about it, but if you have flat, limp, lifeless hair, you need the Volume Rudy tool. The checkerboard pattern here gives the look, the effect of teasing, but without actually teasing your hair. You crimp it under your first layer of hair so you don't see the pattern, and you can do as many layers as you want. You can go as far down your scalp as you want to go. Teasing never worked for me. You could always see it and it would never hold. This gives lasting volume and texture, and it's so easy and quick to use. This is the only reason I have volume in my hair today, this and this. Color Wow Root Cover Up is great if you have gray roots to cover, or if your hair color is growing out and you need some time in between appointments. But it's also fantastic if you have some hair thinning where you can see your scalp, or if you have a widening part. You just dip the brush in and press it onto those areas. There's no mess, and it stays until you wash it out. You can even swim or sweat with this in your hair. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't look like you've put anything in your hair because it has a natural multi-dimensional look to it. The shade I have here is medium brown. I used to rely on this. I used to need this a lot, but I haven't had to for a while because of what's next. This is the Current Body Hair Regrowth Helmet, which you probably knew was going to be in this video if you follow me on Instagram or if you've been subscribed to me for any length of time, because I have been a huge proponent of LED light therapy and have been reaping the benefits of it in various ways for several years now. It's not a gimmick, and in this case, it's a science-backed solution that targets the root of the problem. No pun intended. I use and love several Current Body products, including this one, and I'm excited to partner with them for this portion of today's video to tell you more about this and how it is helping me. And I also have a savings code for you. Now, I don't know if you can see the differences in my before and afters here. It hasn't been the full 12 weeks, but what I can tell you, when I first noticed it was making a difference was when I didn't have to use as much of my Color Wow powder when I sat down to film. It was kind of a gradual thing. I would sit down to film and I would notice this stark contrast between my hair color and my part, and I would see these light areas to the side of my part, and I would always have to tap in that Color Wow powder. Slowly over time, I was just having to use less and less, but what I am having to do is tame little tiny baby new hair flyaways with my INH Quick Slick little mascara wand. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but it's a good thing because I'm having some new growth, so I'm excited to see further changes. It's worth taking a look at the before and afters on their site. Even in the reviews section, they're pretty incredible. This works deeper than topicals can by stimulating blood flow, energizing hair follicles, and reducing DHT levels in hair follicles, which is a hormone that can cause hair loss. It also balances oil production and calms irritation. If you're prone to getting an itchy, irritated scalp like I am, you'll probably notice relief from that when you use this regularly. To get actual hair growth results, you have to use the right wavelengths that keep your hair in the growth phase, and Current Body gives you that with full scalp coverage. It's cordless and comfortable to wear, and you wear it for 10 minutes a day, which makes it easy to stay consistent, which is very important because for the best results, you should use this daily for 16 weeks because of how the hair growth cycle works. So if the Current Body helmet is something you'd like to add to your routine, I have a 10% code for you. It and the helmet link are down below in my description box. To go even further with treating hair loss and other things from the inside out, I've used Nutrafol Women's Balance 45 Plus Hair Growth Supplement before with really nice results. I actually just reordered it to start using it again. They also have a formula for below that age. The 45 Plus is for before, during, and after menopause. It has vitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that help with thicker, fuller, stronger hair. It also helps with softer, shinier hair and helps reduce hair shedding. This also takes time and consistency to see results. Anything regarding minimizing hair loss or helping with hair growth is going to take time to see results. Nutrafol's lightweight scalp serum is a good one if you want to go the scalp serum route. It can be incredibly beneficial. I've used this before. It is pretty good. For some reason, I'm not as consistent when it comes to scalp serums, but I know a lot of people really like them. So if you are someone that likes a scalp serum, this is one that does look pretty wet at first, but it dries down fully. It doesn't remain oily or greasy or anything like that, and it doesn't have a stinky scent to it. This supports the scalp microbiome for scalp health, and it helps protect against scalp thinning due to breakage right at the root, which is pretty common. See how it just dried right down? You can even feel it on my hand. And it also helps with thicker, fuller, more voluminous hair. I'm not saying you have to go buy all the products in this video. I would never ever do that, but I want to give you options if you're searching for something that might help your hair if you have similar issues to mine. If you have fine or thinning hair, aging hair, and you're not sleeping on a silk pillowcase, I highly recommend you switch over to one. Not a satin pillowcase, a silk pillowcase. They help reduce friction so you have less breakage, less split ends, less tangles, and frizz. They're not slippy, slidey, and hot like satin. You stay in place easier and they're more cooling, which is great if you sleep hot. I'll have some options linked below for you in my description box. They may not all be available through YouTube tags, so check my description box if you're looking for some suggestions. Because my scalp can get oily, but the length of my hair is dry and prone to frizz, I look for shampoos that cleanse thoroughly but don't throw my scalp out of balance and don't strip my hair or my highlights or dry out my hair. And I need a conditioner that will nourish and hydrate but not weigh my hair down or leave it feeling coated. So I'm just going to go through some shampoos and conditioners pretty quickly that come in and out of my rotation that work for me pretty well. So it's in my shower right now. I've talked about many times here the Way Fine Hair shampoo and conditioner. I've repurchased these countless times. The shampoo does exactly what I needed to do. It cleanses without stripping, and it gives me volume and shine while strengthening and thickening my hair. The conditioner hydrates, strengthens, and leaves my hair soft and full without weighing it down. Another shampoo and conditioner I love is Kerastase Chroma Absolute. If you have dry, damaged, color treated hair, this is really great for preventing color fading, keeping it vibrant. It gently cleanses and enhances shine and hydrates without weighing your hair down, and it's very nourishing. My hair always looks really good when I use it, but it's a little pricey, so I tend to use this more. And if you're looking for a shampoo and conditioner that are made to minimize hair shedding, hair thinning, to just go along with that type of routine, Bondi Boost HG shampoo and conditioner are fantastic. That whole line is made for hair thinning. It has nutrients in it to hydrate and encourage hair strength. It's just really, really good. It doesn't weigh your hair down. And I also want to mention a couple of really quick things when it comes to washing our hair type. That whole lather, rinse, repeat, I think a lot of us thought it was a marketing tactic, but we really do need to be doing that. It's sort of like double cleansing our faces. That first wash gets rid of the oil, dirt, and styling products. Then you rinse that away, and the second wash can really do the job of deeply cleansing our scalp and hair. And during that second lather, use a scalp massage brush. It helps deeply and gently cleanse and exfoliate your scalp, and it increases blood circulation to your hair follicles, which stimulates growth. It can also reduce dandruff if you have it. Plus, it's really relaxing. It doesn't take long either, just a second or so over each area and you're good. This is a brush I've had in my shower. It doesn't have to be this one, but you want your bristles to be soft and flexible. It shouldn't be painful. And you want to take it all around the surface of your head. You don't want to hurt yourself, but you want to feel it so you know it's stimulating your hair follicles. So I usually take it around the perimeter and then I go across and around the back. You can do it in whatever pattern you want just to make sure you get your entire scalp, but you just take it in each section, kind of like that, and then move it. It's so easy, it's fast. I do that during my second wash and then I rinse it out and I'm done. Most people do not do this, but it's incredibly beneficial. I was 50 years old when I realized I needed to be using a leave-in conditioner in addition to my rinse-out conditioner I was using in my shower. I had no idea, but my hair was so dry and parched and nothing was working. And I learned that the rinse-out conditioner helps restore the pH level from the shampooing and it helps restore that moisture. But a lightweight leave-in conditioner, which I always thought would weigh my hair down, but they don't if you get the right one. It helps give your hair further hydration, softness, manageability. It can help reduce breakage and frizz, and that's exactly what they've done. I have two here that I've been toggling between, and there are a couple of others that I've used in the past and have really enjoyed, but these two are the current two that I've been using. Color Wow Money Mist is my current favorite spray leave-in. It treats the surface and inner layers of the hair. It's weightless. I can't even tell I've sprayed anything in my hair. It protects from heat. It gives hair shine and elasticity and strengthens and repairs hair. It does more than that, I'm sure, but this is really, really good. And then I have the Roz Milk Hair Serum. So this is a lightweight lotiony cream, and you can use this on wet or dry hair. It moisturizes, conditions, strengthens your hair, leaves it softer, more manageable, smells really nice too. It's very lightweight and hydrating, and it's also a heat protectant. So if you use it before on wet hair, it works as a leave-in conditioner with all of those other benefits. And if you use it after, it can help kind of tame your hair and smooth frizz. So it depends on what you're looking for. I just kind of alternate these depending on what I'm in the mood for that day. Okay, let's talk about weekly deep treatments that you do on wet hair, starting with deep conditioner. So every other week, I'll replace my regular conditioner in my shower with a deep conditioning treatment. Both of the ones I'm going to recommend are only 5 minutes, which I love because a lot of deep conditioners are 10 or 15 minutes, and I don't want to stand there that long waiting for my deep conditioner to finish. And they both deeply hydrate and replenish dry hair without weighing it down, so it's shiny, healthy, and more manageable. That's another thing with deep conditioners. I want to be able to use them and walk out the door without my hair looking lifeless and limp. And the Way Treatment Mask for fine or medium hair does that, and so does the Living Proof Moisture Rescue Hair Barrier Mask. I don't have that up here with me, but I really enjoy both of them for my fine, dry hair, and I love that they're only 5 minutes. The week I'm not doing my deep conditioner to deeply hydrate, I'm doing a bonding treatment to deeply repair my hair from within. That helps the structure of your hair. That's also really important. I have two here that function very differently from one another. I enjoy both, and you can decide which one will work for you, or you may have a different one that you may prefer. I've gone through several bottles of Living Proof Triple Bond Complex. This is very easy to use, which is one reason why I love it. After you hop out of the shower, you apply a couple of pumps to clean damp hair, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you can apply your styling products or whatever you normally do, and then heat style your hair. This does work best when it's heat activated. This is a weekly leave-in repairing treatment that is clinically proven to rebuild the structure of your hair, so it's smoother, shinier, and stronger. And I can use this and go about my day. My hair doesn't feel any different. It's not weighed down. I love this. And a newer product, this was launched either earlier this year or at the end of 2025. I can't remember. The new Olaplex No. 3 Plus Complete Repair Treatment. You apply this to wet hair before you shampoo and condition from roots to ends. You leave it on for just 3 minutes. That's it. And then you rinse it out and then shampoo and condition as usual. And they say you should use this every 1 to 3 washes. So you do need to use this a little bit more frequently. And this helps repair your hair from the inside out. So it's softer, stronger, and more manageable, and it helps reduce future breakage. No matter what your hair type is, it's really important to use a clarifying detox shampoo about once a week, but I would say especially if you have finer limp hair, because it can be even more lifeless if you have dirt, oil, and product buildup, and clarifying shampoos help get rid of that, and the right ones get rid of it really well from your scalp and your hair without overstripping your hair, scalp, or hair color. Ouai Detox Shampoo has been a staple for me for years. It's powered by apple cider vinegar, but it doesn't have a bad smell to it. That's one reason why I love it. And it has keratin. It helps strengthen your hair and it adds softness and shine. So my hair never feels dry or stripped, and it's just really effective. And I more recently discovered K18 Peptide Prep. This has worked its way into my rotation. I've really been enjoying this. This is powered by activated charcoal. That's what absorbs the oil, dirt, and product buildup on your scalp and hair. It also has salicylic acid, which clears the sebum buildup without stripping. And it, of course, has the K18 peptide, which is in all of their products for the strength of your hair. I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. They both work really well for me. Let's talk about styling products I put on my wet hair before I blow dry it. So after I put on my leave-in conditioner of choice, I then put on some kind of anti-frizz product. Remember, I live in a very high humidity climate and I'm very frizz prone. So this is a product I pretty much have to use. If you're not frizz prone, if you don't live in a high humidity area, you can probably skip this product. I have sworn by Amika the Shield spray for years. You can use this on wet and dry hair. It gives heat protection. It also protects from frizz and humidity. However, I've also discovered another product I'm really enjoying. So this is what I'm rotating in at this point right now. This is the Kerastase Premier Repairing Anti-Frizz Serum. This is a very lightweight leave-in serum. It has a light lotion consistency. I usually squirt out 1 full pump. That was not a full pump. I'm not wasting a full pump of this right now. It repels humidity and locks out frizz. It's also a heat protectant that strengthens hair and enhances shine. So this has a lot of benefits to it, and it's really been working well for my hair. I need to turn it around. I just kind of wanted to try something different, and this is what I chose, and I chose correctly because this works really well. That took care of the frizz. Now for the styling, I usually put something in my hair for volume and something to help with the actual styling. If you like a mousse for volume, Chris McMillan, the mousse, has been really nice for my roots. I don't usually use this all over my hair. This also gives heat protection. I feel like so many products give heat protection. I should be getting no heat damage whatsoever. But this gives it really nice volume. I like using this just kind of all over the top of my hair and in my bangs to give a little bit of texture when I blow dry, and it's not crunchy. It can also be great if you have wavy or curly hair and you like a mousse. And if you prefer a spray product, I've also been alternating the Christoph Robin Instant Volumizing Leave-In Mist. This gives volume to your roots and can help the links of your hair look fuller. This is completely weightless and textureless. Some other sprays I've used have left kind of a sticky, stiff texture at my roots that I have to kind of break up, and this doesn't. It does have a pretty strong rose scent when I'm using it though. I don't notice that in my hair later, but that is something to note if you're sensitive to scent. And sometimes the mist can be a little spritzy. It's not an even mist, but the effects that I get from this are nice. So for actual styling my hair, the lengths of my hair, the Chris McMillan Glassy Smooth Blow Dry Spray is what I've been using when I'm doing a smooth or a full voluminous blowout, when I'm not styling my hair wavy or curly. This has heat protection and frizz control, and it gives a smooth, shiny look to your blowouts, and it doesn't weigh your hair down. You can spray this all down the lengths of your hair, and then you want to kind of give tension with a brush when you're using this. Now, I still have my Lola V Perfecting Leave-In in my life. I've gone through several bottles of this. I'm not sure if I'll stray from this, so I do alternate these. This is what I use if I'm doing my hair wavy or curly, and sometimes when I'm doing it straight too, I'll alternate these. But this is a do-it-all styling cream, heat protectant. It is also a leave-in conditioner and styling product. I don't use it as a leave-in conditioner. I use it for styling because it's just really good at that. It's a lightweight cream and it gives me weightless styling, which I like. There's no texture to it and it's just really nice. I find it's really important after my hair is dry to seal moisture in with some kind of lightweight hair oil. I just take a couple of drops in my palm, rub them together, and then just kind of squeeze my hands around my hair, or, just kind of rake my fingers through my hair, and it just helps seal in moisture so it doesn't get drier. My favorite oil lately is from Roz. This is the Santa Lucia styling oil. You can also use this on wet hair if you like, but I usually use this on dry hair. It's lightweight, it's fast absorbing, it also helps smooth frizz. It adds natural shine, it doesn't make your hair look greasy or weigh it down, and it nourishes and hydrates. So I've really been enjoying this, and you can use it with this. If I need some additional smoothing, some additional frizz control without weight, I'll add a little bit of this too. So that just helps to finish things a little. And my hairspray that I've been using is the Major Hairspray from Chris McMillan. It has a strong hold, but it's brushable and flexible, which I really like. Now, if I'm doing a wavy or curly hairstyle, I want to use a texturizing spray throughout my hair to give it some kind of volume, grit, separation, and texture, but sometimes they can be heavy. So I have two here that I really enjoy. The first, I didn't want to like this, but it is so good. This has been in my life for a few years. A little bit goes a long way, thankfully, and also thankfully the can is bigger than most. This is Oribe Dry Texturizing Spray. It's almost like a dry shampoo texturizing spray all in one hybrid. I really do not like the Oribe dry shampoo, but I love this. It gives volume and texture for a separated, tousled look. It's very lightweight. So if you have fine hair and you want to splurge, I do give this an A+. It's really good. A newer favorite for me is from Hair Story. This is the Undressed Salt-Free Texturizing Spray with UV Protection. This is very different. This has a pump sprayer and it's a wet spray. This actually gives very soft, kind of invisible texture. It's almost hard to explain. I wonder if I could use it here. So I didn't spray very much because I'm going to dinner in a little while and I'm not not doing my hair in this style, so I'm just keeping it minimal. You may not be able to tell, but it just kind of gave it a little bit of a beachy texture there, which I'll probably smooth back out in a second, but it just gives you that kind of undone beachy look. I used it the other day when my hair was kind of curly and it looked really good. It was kind of a clean yet tousled look, and it doesn't feel crispy. If you have fine or thin hair, dry shampoo is probably your best friend. If it's not, it probably should be. Not to use the next day on second day hair if you're someone who washes your hair every day, but it can help give life to lifeless hair if it falls flat midway throughout the day. Right after you dry your hair, you can spritz just a tiny bit through your hair, or if you use a powder, you can put some through your roots just to give you a little bit of a lift. I've talked many times about my top favorite dry shampoo, Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. This actually has technology in it that removes odors, dirt, oil. It doesn't just cover it up, and it doesn't leave a white residue like a lot of dry shampoos, and it leaves your hair soft and shiny. It doesn't leave it dry and dull looking. I love this. I've gone through numerous cans. And my other favorite dry shampoo, which I love for a completely different reason, and it's completely different, is a K18 Air Wash. I hated this at first because I was using too much and I didn't know it. You need very little product. It looks insanely expensive because it's so highly concentrated. A bottle should last you forever. This is a non-aerosol dry shampoo. You want to shake the bottle well before you use it, and you hold the bottle 4 to 6 inches away from your hair. For my fine hair, 6 inches away. If you have dense or curly hair, which you probably don't, if you're watching this video, you can hold it closer. And you section your hair and apply 1 spray per section. It feels wet, which is completely different from other dry shampoos. You really have to trust the process here. For my whole scalp, I might use 4, maybe 5 sprays, the top, the back, and on the sides. And then I'll massage that into my scalp and then brush it through my hair. If it feels gritty or powdery or like you can't run your fingers through your hair, you've used too much product. If you've applied that small amount and then you see some other greasy areas, you can then apply more product, massage it in, and then brush it through the lengths of your hair. It is a great product. This is my super turbo dry shampoo when I need to get an extra day and my hair is greasy, or if I'm running out of time and I don't have time to wash my hair and I need it to look freshly shampooed. This will do the trick. It also adds fullness, which is great. If you have fine or thin hair, I highly recommend you use a microfiber hair towel or turban instead of a regular towel. It's gentler on your hair. It absorbs a lot of the water, more water than a regular towel, so you have less damage to your hair, less weight on your hair. There's just more advantages to using a microfiber towel than a regular towel. The one I have is from Aquis, and they stopped selling them here in the US. Crown Affair makes one, and there are some other brands too, but I do recommend getting a microfiber towel if you don't already have one. And if you're interested in some of my most used hot tools that I use on my fine hair, I'll run through those really, really quickly. My 3 most used hot tools, in addition to the volume that I already mentioned, are my GHD 1-inch Platinum Plus styler. It's my flat iron I use a lot to straighten out little cowlicks close to my hairline. If I'm straightening my hair, it helps smooth. GHD is my chosen brand for flat irons. It heats up super fast. It's about 20 seconds, I think. I only have to hit 1 button because it's pre-programmed with the proper temperature to be effective and not give you hair damage. I also frequently, almost every day, use my main thermal round brush. I have the medium size. It's not damaging. It helps with frizz. It's pre-programmed with 1 temperature, so I don't have to worry about it. It helps me with my curtain bangs, and it gives me just this kind of little flippy, very, very loose, wavy, is this even wave look. It does it very, very fast. I have streamlined my blow dryer and my round blow dryer brush into one by using my Shark Flex style. I use this every day. I'll either completely blow dry my hair with it or I'll use the attachments in some way. Most of the time I use the round brush attachment, and that way I can give my hair some lift and some volume. Sometimes I just leave it at that, and that gives me a straight style with some volume. When you see my hair wavy, I'm using the Amika Waver. It's a crimper that just gives loose beachy waves. I always get asked what I style my hair with when I use that. And for curling my hair, I use T3 irons. I have one of the interchangeable wands. It has some clip wands and some that you just wrap around the barrel. It gives you different sizes, but they do have single irons. They have adjustable temperatures, different size wands. And I just found out that my favorite oval-shaped curling wand from GHD that gives me really natural looking tousled beachy waves, tousled beachy curls, I guess, is discontinued. They do still have it in a couple of places, but I'm really sad about that because it's a really, really good wand. So those are all the tools that I use to get various hairstyles and the products I use for various types of things. Again, I'm not telling you to go buy all of these things. They are just options if you're looking for products for fine thinning hair. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.